It's the beginning of Week 8 in the NFL, and you're watching Picks with David. Thanks for joining me for another edition of my videos as we're about to cover Week 8's Thursday night football game on Amazon Prime Video as the Baltimore Ravens go into town to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Two teams that looked like they were going to come into this season as Super Bowl favorites, as their season has gone from parity, has reared its ugly head here. And so, two teams that began the season as Super Bowl favorites in each of their respective conferences have come into a season that's nearly turned to disaster. The Baltimore Ravens are 4-3, and while both these teams are hanging on to first place in their divisions, they've had a rough go of it thus far, based on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers record, 3-4. And so this is a big game for both these teams as we go into Week 8 here. Both teams are still primed to win their division, but they are struggling and they need to come out of the funk that they have. Both teams are wounded. Baltimore's defense, their running game, J.K. Dobbins is out again, and that means it's going to be Kenyon Drake and Gus Edwards at the running back position for Baltimore. For Tampa, you've got Leonard Fournette was running to the ground the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season. He's really been worn out, and so we'll be seeing a lot more of Keyshawn Vaughn and also Rachaad White in this particular game. But as you look at both of these teams, a big contrast in styles. The typical, Baltimore Raven offense is Lamar Jackson runs a lot of play action, takes off and runs with the football, keeps the other defense off balance, and then defensively they cause turnovers and wreak havoc and stop the other team. For Tampa Bay, the entire reason that they're having such a problem this season, it's their offensive line. This offseason, between retirements and injuries during training camp and the preseason, they've got a lot of inexperience up front, and they're getting to Tom Brady. They're not allowing the running backs to get bigger holes to run through. And so Leonard Fournette has not been running for the big yards and the touchdowns that you come to expect from him. Brady's not been getting the time that you come to expect from the line that they've had the last couple of years, which opens up an array of passing to all the different receivers that he's got on the team. Now, Julio Jones may play in the game, but it looks like Cameron Brate, the starting tight end, is going to be out. We'll see some Kyle Rudolph. Mike Evans, if he can hang on to the football, Chris Godwin and a few others are going to be available, but they got a lot of defensive players that are not going to play that are starters, including Antoine Winfield at corner, although I don't think that's going to be a big problem since Baltimore's not a heavy wide receiver passing team anyway. So you got these two teams, and they really need to win. It's a big Thursday night game. Of course, it's a shortened week. Baltimore goes on the road. They just managed to escape Cleveland this last week. Tampa Bay loses in stunning fashion to the Carolina Panthers. And so I think that when it comes to a team that gets embarrassed, even though it was on the road, I know it's a short week, Tampa Bay has got the heart of a champion. Baltimore is a very good team. Both these teams can be excellent. They have a lot of work to do before the playoffs begin. But in this matchup, I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to hold their own at home and manage to take care of business against the Baltimore Ravens. Our spotlight players of this game, it's all about the running backs and their ability to make plays out of the backfield in the passing games, to help hold up protection against the good defenses that both these teams have from time to time, and also to try and pick up as many yards as possible on the ground, so the play action passing works for both the teams. As we mentioned before, Dobbins is out, so you're probably going to see a heavy dose of Kenyon Drake. He's our spotlight player for Baltimore. And then because Leonard Fournette is so worn down, I expect to see some plays from Rachaad White, who also returns kickoffs and punts for the Buccaneer team. So there's your spotlight players of the game. Keep an eye on them, as I expect them to make big plays on Thursday night. So there you have it, another edition of Dave's Picks right here on YouTube, also on Facebook. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the videos if you want to make sure you don't ever miss one of my videos. We have one every Thursday for the Thursday night football games, and every Sunday for our weekend events throughout Sunday and also on Monday Night Football. Thanks again for joining me, and we'll see you Sunday for all the big games in Week 8.